What's going on, everyone? This is Sarge. We're going to be looking at one of the newly added bolt-action sniper rifles for the Recon class, coming along with the China Rising expansion pack. This is the return of the L96A1 in Battlefield 4. The L96A1 is a bolt-action sniper rifle for the Recon class that is one of the newly added unlocks for the upcoming China Rising expansion pack for Battlefield 4. It is a weapon that was first released in Battlefield 3 that made its debut to be the alternative for the SV98 and the M40, and so the stats between the weapons sort of are similar, and the weapon itself and the model design in the game revolves around a more faster-paced gameplay for a sniper who likes to play either aggressively or objectively. And so the stats are very similar in Battlefield 4. It sort of takes its role over the CSLR-4, which is the China weapons, or the FYJS. It does have a 7.62 NATO round, and the bolt action itself is going to have a clip size or magazine size capacity of about 10. It's a weapon that has very great accuracy while you're on the go, has a really good hip fire, and some of the gameplay you're looking at here is only just a couple hours of me playing, and I had a blast using the weapon. For those of you who are wondering about the China Rising expansion pack, the release date is set to be in December 17th. That's for non-premium members. If you are a premium member, you get it 2 weeks earlier, which is about December 3rd. My chance of using it, my experience with using the weapon, first impressions, is that it's a great weapon. There hasn't been any stats released on it yet, so we don't know exactly how long it takes between each bolt pull, but I can estimate it's between the same time between this weapon and the CSLR-4, so they have the similarities there. They carry the same damage between that and the M40. The M40 is slightly faster, and so I can actually pull off a lot more shots with the M40, but I don't get the same accuracy that I do with the M40 that I do with this weapon. So the L96A1 has a framework similar to that of the Op from Counter-Strike. If you guys are familiar with the weapon, it has the same body and same look to it, but it doesn't do the exact same damage, obviously, because this is a different game. It caters to more around the SV98 or the M40 damage scaling, so it does have the same one shot to the torso on up from 12.5 meters, and then anything farther than that, if you're hitting below the waist or the arms, you're going to have to pull off more than one shot. And so you cannot count on this weapon to deliver when it comes to a lot of close quarter engagements to your enemies, just as you would any other bolt action that you have available. I still do prefer the Scout Elite when it comes to extreme aggressive gameplay, as that sort of caters to that role. But I do like the framework, I do like the look of the weapon, I do like the sound. It does carry its own weight in Battlefield 4, and I would definitely go ahead and try this weapon when you guys get the chance to unlock it. Now, unlocking it, you're going to have to perform a series of assignments in the game. There are a couple things that you have to do within a round of playing one game. You have to get a C4 kill, a DMR kill, which is the semi-automatic sniper rifles. Then you have to get a shotgun kill, which is easy if you run around with a 12 gauge as your secondary. Then you have to get 3 sniper ribbons, which is something that you can get over the course of time in Battlefield. So performing these assignments and will eventually unlock the weapon itself. As far as attachments go, I usually run with the 8 times, which is the default one you get when you first unlock the weapon. It's actually not on the weapon itself. You have to go in there and customize settings and add it manually. But it is available when you first unlock the weapon, and that's usually all I use. I don't go anything more or less than that. I may change the scope from time to time depending on the reticle, but I usually like the longer range ones. And then if you utilize a tactic called drag scope or drag shot, it's very useful and something that I like to use only because Battlefield maps tend to be very big. Especially if you're playing Conquest, you want to be able to pick off your targets at farther ranges, as you see me doing there. But then you're not limited to that when you're close range. If you're really good at drag scoping, you can also be very effective at closer ranges. And so I tend to use the longer ranges, but it's, everyone has their own preference. For other attachments, I use the laser sight. It's a cross between that or the suppressor. Any of the suppressors are really good. Because I play very aggressively and I'm in closer engagements, I like the laser sight for the hip fire, increased accuracy, or the suppressor just so that I'm not popping up on the enemy's minimap every once in a while. Especially if you're playing in a competitive scene, I would assume the suppressors to be the more primary way of using an aggressive or playing an aggressive recon. You're going to want to use that. I do also use the pull bolt, obviously, that's the one attachment. The weapon is great, L96A1, definitely give it a shot. Try it out. For those of you who are on console, or if you're not a premium member, you'll get to try this weapon out on the 17th in December. For those of you who are premium members, you'll get the fortunate opportunity to get to try it 2 weeks earlier. So pick it up, give it a shot. I will come out with some more videos released about the bolt actions once I get the stats up for the L96. Once they're live, I'll go into a further review for the weapon. So stay tuned for more Battlefield 4 videos on my channel. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.